Ashley Blankenship with InBroadcast. We're here at CCW. Joining us is James Stellpflug with EVS. James, could you just describe your company a little bit for us?
Sure. So at EVS, we're a manufacturer of solutions for the video industry, the broadcasters, and content creators. We really build solutions that are focused around the needs of the live productions. So how our tools allow our customers to create more live stories, better, more rapid processes around those live stories, and really focused on the production aspect of today's industry.
Okay, and what's new in live production?
Yeah, so the big trends right now are really looking at the topics around IP and what that means to the actual broadcasters and the content creators. And for us, that means a couple of different things. It comes by way of the focus towards new infrastructure, new ways in which you can connect the different tools together to start to change the way you think about executing production. And for us, that also comes into the actual product development and what we put together physically to use IP in the technology itself. So for us, we're building solutions like our Divi production switcher, which is based around that IP and that IT industry's technology as to how we can start to think differently about a video switcher in today's market and how you can then design your production workflows around a very different mindset and the way of thinking.
Right, and so what's been your greatest success up to this point with the company?
Sure. So for us, we're best known for our video production servers, the actual boxes which are used for live sporting events, live entertainment events, for doing all the replays you see on TV between World Cups, Super Bowls, NBA, anything you watch on TV with sports is being driven from our video replay servers. And from that, we've kind of taken that platform out to extend it into content access, letting more and more people get hands on that content, create more content so they can create more monetizable revenue channels towards the actual consumers, and giving them also the tools to deliver faster, more relevant content to the people that are really attached to those live events today.
Right, and have there been any challenges along the way? What would you say is your biggest challenge you've faced so far?
I think that one big challenge is the change in the media industry today.
Right.
As you hear a lot of people talking about, broadcasters and their models are starting to shift. They have to figure out new ways that they can still create the content, where they can find their advertising revenue, and how they can also adapt to the changing way that the consumers, the people at home, want to have access to content. Because they're not always in a lean back mentality on their sofa. More and more they're getting engaged in content. So broadcasters and content creators have to find new, interesting ways to actually deliver that content to their mobile phones, the devices, their connected smart TVs, or even to their computers, and giving them relevant content for them that comes up in the way that the consumer wants to be able to find the content and engage with it, because they may want to lean back and enjoy a live sporting event, but they may also want to participate. They may want to find that content and review it. So for us, we create intelligent platforms like our CCast cloud-enabled platform to bridge from our traditional business of creating those live sports replays and bringing that unique content straight to the consumers in a very timely fashion, so that a broadcaster can change the way in which they find those revenue chains today.
Very cool. And what would you say, is there anything new at the show for you this year?
Yeah, for us, a lot of new things. So I mentioned the Divi switcher, which is a new platform that lets our customers come and see a different way to start thinking about the way they'll architect the production facilities of tomorrow for doing video switching. We're also showing our traditional tools of our XS video server, which is really giving dense volumes of live ingest and live playback for the most reliable platforms to turn around those shows today when you shoot an as-live show in a studio, when your talent is doing those really creative shows, and how you can really collapse the turnaround time between acquisition to production and access to editorial creation from the editors themselves. It's how you can get really fast in those turnarounds.
Right, and where do you see EVS going in the next 5 years?
Sure, so there's a lot of technology shifts right now and trends going forward towards topics around 4K and Ultra HD. Also, again, as I mentioned, about how the content should be managed and touched by different people. So we're continuing to work on our tools to allow collaborative teams to not always come out to the live event site, but to keep more people at home, to bring the content to where the people need to remain, to make them more efficient in what they do, to allow them to create more, let's say, individual streams of programming for their consumers, and not to always work in the legacy model where everyone had to come to a live event site. So for us, it's building on those tools to allow them to do more with less and keep their people where they're the most productive.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all of this information. Thank you for joining us here at CCW.
Glad to be here.
And have a great show.